For better or worse, here I am. I'm going to start something off and then I'll come back. Bear with. I'm still trying to figure this out. We're having a bit of trouble tonight. I don't know why. Haven't figured it out yet. So how are you out there in isolation land? Let's see who's in the house. Man, what is going on here? Hoping. Yeah, see, it's not going. Oh, no, it is going out. No matter what I'm doing or no matter what I'm hearing, you guys can hear me just fine, can't you? A little show of hands that you can hear me. Sorry, eventually this will be a lot easier on me, but it looks like it's working. Yes, the beanie. Here I am, and I'm trying my damnedest. So, obviously, you can't hear the fan noise tonight, which is good. I planned it so that it would be a little nicer. I just wish my feed to myself was working better because it keeps cutting out, and I really hate when it does that. So, even though I've been trying my hardest here, I may have to use a different headphone extension, but that can't be worked on tonight, unfortunately. Although I just tried, didn't I? So, how is everyone in isolation land? I'm doing good. I see. Randall's here. Yeah, I saw. I saw that the mic is clipping a little bit. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. It is a tube preamp that I'm going through, so it is a little fuzzy, but it's one of those things. So once I get this setup much dialed in, this will be the permanent setup because I like this microphone a lot. This is one of my favorite ones, as you may not have known this, but I like this mic because you can't really hear the fan noise or anything else but the voice, right? So that's good. But I'm trying the best I can. Is it better? Is the microphone better now? Wow, so many of you here. That's so awesome. James, Randall, Eric, Mikey. I got a surprise for you, Mikey. Sue Castillo, Daniel Brush, Luis, Steve in the house. Good, thank you. Thank you for the tip. It should level out. We should get much better audio from now on, but we'll see. Give me a second. So that should improve things quite a bit. And I just have to remember not to shout even though I can't hear myself. But that's neither here nor there. I've got an idea. Hold on. Is that better for me? No, it's worse. Of all the things, I had everything working. I swear, everything was working great until, of course, I hit let's go live, right? That's the way it's been. I think that I have a short in my mixer, is what's going on here. I don't know what I can do about it. All fuzzed out to you guys when I talk? Like, can you hear it all fuzzy? Am I wrong that you're hearing it that way? See, I can't tell. So it's bugging the shit out of me. Okay. All right. Oh, people are saying. No, hold on. Sorry, guys. We're having technical difficulties. Please stand by. It's very important that that last feed goes out. So it could be a cable problem, which is going to be a pain in the neck if it is, but it sounds like it's cleared up. So, hi. Ah, so the only thing I can do is pray and hope that it resolves itself. All the technical difficulties all at once, all the time. Of course, it's got to be that way. How else would it be? At least the video's not cutting out, right? Let me play a song. Isolation, 99. There's nothing such as divine. Are you afraid? Yes, you are afraid. Isolation, 99. Have we lost all sense of time? Are we primitive? Teach us how to give. So it looks like it's only the mic, and it's not the cable. It's not anything that I'm doing on this side. It could be my preamp. We'll see. Yeah, we heard that. Okay. So that was. I'm getting mad now. Okay. So I'm not going to complain about the mic. Either it works or it doesn't. But it's just that I wanted you to hear what I had to say tonight because it was more important. But okay. It looks like it's petering out, so we should be all right. Coffee on the mic, Mike. So, yeah, chair dancing. Um, so that was Isolation 99. Obviously, that's not really a rarity or a B-side, but not many people know that one, so I thought it was a good opener. Um, so let's see. I have a few things that I wanted to talk about. And I actually took notes. Look. Oh, I don't want to read my notes. I sound like shit. Oh my god. It's gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Hey, is that better? Did that work? One of these is the cause. I'm gonna find out, but for tonight, this is what I've got. I'm sorry. At least it's going out. You can hear it. So much for my favorite mic, right? So, life in isolation. I was thinking about it today because I was getting rather, what do they call it? Cabin fever? But it's odd to have cabin fever, and I'll tell you why for me it's hard. Because I usually don't get cabin fever. I'm used to being in the studio by myself. I'm used to working and painting and doing things completely alone. So it dawned on me that the reason that it hit me is because I'm not doing my morning walk and I am not going to Starbucks or, sorry, shameless plug there, I guess, or some of my other favorite coffee shops and working because I actually really like sitting down and having people around me while I'm working. So it's been a really weird experience to be always confined to the house, which is why I made it a point to work on the garage a little bit because when I'm out there painting, sometimes people do walk by and they're about 20 feet away from me. So at least I can see people and say hi to them. They keep their distance, which is good. But, it's one of those things that, like, the only thing I can do is, like you, stay home, stay safe, obviously. So it's tough, man. It's a really tough thing. I don't know how some of you must be handling it, but definitely, if you've got ideas, put them in the comments because I want to read what you guys are doing to fight the boredom and all that other stuff that happens during this time. So, this is the other thing I wanted to say before I go to the next song. Okay, so I was thinking that one of the things that I might do this coming week is take a little road trip, even though they say you shouldn't drive, but I feel that's kind of a stupid thing. Like, in case you get into an accident. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. We heard it today on the news, which basically they said stay at home, don't even go in your car, and don't drive anywhere. And I don't know that I can follow that advice. Maybe it's bad for me to say that, but I just feel like I want to get in my camera, go to those really crazy, abandoned places that I know, and just take some pictures or something. Is that bad? Should I not be doing that? Like, should I? Should I worry about that? Um, so, you know, so that's one of the kind of things I'm doing. So tomorrow I'm going to Google all the abandoned places in California that, I'm not likely to find anyone there, and I'm going to go there myself and, um, you know, see if anything is there to be seen and kind of check it out. So, um, yeah, that part of isolation has been really tough, man. Let's see. So, Sue Castillo says, the isolation's been tough. I'm trying to learn Italian. That's good. Buonasera. I know that. I know all the bad words too. Um, and yeah, movies. I always watch movies, so I feel like I don't want to be movied out. So I'm trying, you know, you know. So someone says, "Yeah, go take pictures." I don't think that's a bad idea. This microphone is killing me. Let me try something. Hold on. Whoa, that's loud. I think that's a cleaner signal. Am I wrong? It's a different channel. No compression on this one, so I could overload it, but it sounds clean to me. So I'm going to keep it. So back. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Should I do that? Should I get in my car and drive somewhere really crazy far, like up in the mountains somewhere, and just take pictures? Or find an abandoned place and take pictures? I mean, yeah, I guess everybody says I should. Well, anyway, this next track that I'm going to play um, was the very first time that I recorded Living in Oblivion at home on my reel to reel. And this was the tape that um, basically introduced my friend Mikey to me. And then he wound up living at my house. And then this particular recording was the one that we played for Danya that basically had her join the band. So this version's like the long version. And I think we actually made a 12-inch of this, which was like horrendous idea, but it worked. And I'll explain more about that later, but let's take it away. Pablo's in the house. So yeah, I messed up on that. It's actually the version with Danya after we met her and the recording that we made for the demo. So obviously, yes, her voice is on there so you can hear it. So, but it's an early recording, and that was mastered off of the reel-to-reel. So I was able to transfer it over. And I'm going to be doing a lot of that in the garage studio. Sadly, sorry, let me switch cameras here. Sadly, I can't stream from downstairs because the bandwidth doesn't reach. I tried it today as a test. I couldn't even get a signal. I'm going to keep trying because it would be nice to stream from there, but at best, what I'm going to do is at least do some filming in there because there's some cool stuff in there that I want to get to transferring. So it's a different type of vibe in that room. So far, is the video not cutting out? Is it okay? Anyone notice anything? Much better? Yes, I thought about getting a Wi-Fi extender. There's so many things I actually need equipment-wise, but right now, like everybody else, I gotta kind of back off on any crazy purchases right now. It is a weird time. So I want to tell you a little bit about life. For me, and most of you, of course. There we go. I feel like I'm gonna read a manifesto or something, but I'm not. Yeah, today I looked at a couple of comments on my Instagram and on Facebook, of course, asking me about the art. Are you gonna be selling prints? Are you gonna make shirts and all this stuff? And the answer to that is yes. Like everybody else, I kind of got derailed a little bit when all this started happening. And what really hit me was the work that I have to do is, I wouldn't say it's minimal, but it's extensive. Okay. There's still a lot of scanning and cleaning up of the pieces. Some of them have to be photographed. I did a little bit of that yesterday. So the reason that I'm not going to stream every day is because I'm trying to coordinate my own work so that on one day that I'm off, I can plan the show, do some video recording, scanning, taking pictures of the paintings, trying to work on their. It's a tough thing. Um, and someone asked earlier. Let me see if I can go back to that comment. I don't see it now. Oh, hi, Darwin. I'm glad you're back. Um, Paul's in the house. Steve's in the house. All my friends are in the house, which makes me happy. Lalo, Sue, Monica. Ooh, video is much better this time. Good, thank you. I'm trying. Um, so yeah, I mean, obviously, I want to get back to painting. To give you an idea, this is my sketchbook, which is full of stuff, including like some pieces that I actually really like. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of pieces that I've been doing that are smaller, and I've been wanting to work on larger pieces, and we were in the middle of a move, so the garage was full of stuff. I had to clean it out. So that's what made photographing some of the paintings difficult. So now that that's all cleaned up, yes, I'm done. Wait till you see what I did down there. It's pretty crazy, actually. Um, now I can work on big pieces and do the photography stuff down there. I can actually do videos of me painting, which I need to do for other reasons because of galleries and places that have requested it. And on top of all that, yes, I'm still recovering. I'm not 100% yet. It's been it's a crazy thing. I have to go to the dentist at the end of the month if I can. Um, but at least I feel better, and the bonus thing has been that I haven't really had migraines. I've had one, but I think that was stress related. It's like coronavirus, migraine. Yeah, it's going to happen. The stress obviously is going to make that happen. Um, so yeah, hasn't been easy, but I'm hanging in there. I feel good. Voice is getting back to normal in certain respects. I still have trouble with some words, but and singing is odd. I've had a dual experience with my singing, which is really weird. On the one hand, now when I sing, I tend to sound like I did when I was like 19 or 20 years old, which makes me really happy. But I can't belt just yet, so that part's not happening. So that's a drag. But I'm getting there, and the diet part's been easy, obviously, because the food I eat is so easy. Soup, tuna fish sandwiches, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, pasta. I can't have pizza, which really it's the worst. And that, so anyway. So this one that I'm going to play next, let's see if I got this right. Yes. So this one is also from the first demo. This song, the weird thing about this song, is it this camera? Oh yeah, it is. The weird thing about this song is that it should have been on the first album. It should have been on the second one when it didn't make the first. I always loved it. Fans really loved it. We used to play it live when we were in Jersey all the time. It was like it never left the set. And even in more recent years, I've been playing it. So this is one of the ones that I think in some due time it needs to be recorded properly. But at least I have a demo. And this is a 1988 version of a song that most of you don't know. This is called Heaven. So I want to talk about something interesting about the last two songs we played. And maybe it's because of the times we're living in, or maybe it's the mood I'm in. I don't know. My mood can change. Everybody who knows me knows that my mood can alter. Um, you know, I always forget which one I'm talking to. No, that one. Uh, I put that one up there, by the way, for two reasons. One, so I could just lay back and just go, yeah, okay. So those two songs were recorded in a very huge empty room, and there was no double tracking. There was nothing. The only way that we could record anything was to basically get everybody out of the house, um, do a count off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and boom, just go for it. There was no overdubbing, no, so any mistake you made, it was either going to become part of it, and it was also mix as you go, which means all the effects and things that were going on in the song, um, I did those live. Like they were all like planned out, and I had to like, okay, on this part I have to turn this on that part this has to be turned off. We used to have like, Mike, you remember this, right? We used to take a list, and this list would have not only the songs we were playing on the set, but it would have all the effect settings, so that in the middle of the song I would have to switch from this delay effect to another delay effect. So every time you went down the line, there was always room for something to go wrong or completely right. Meaning that you might have like this really cool effect that, you know. So lately, you probably can't tell by some of the demos and stuff that I've been, putting out, but I've been going back to that approach, which is I really like to fool around with the stuff on the screen, mess with all the machines, and then just go for it. Whatever happens, happens. Because I think that they have like a special quality to them that isn't found when you go into the quote proper studio. Yeah, it sounds better when you go into a proper studio, but I would argue that sometimes the actual recording of something has a life to it. And so I don't know why, but it means more to me now than it did then. So lately I've been getting into that quite a bit. Exactly, organic. Easy sampler days. Early sampler days. Yeah, that's right. I'm reading Mike's comments. So yeah, like a very different approach. Um, so I hope you're still in the house, Pablo. I don't see you, but I hope you are. Um, so this next one, um, that I'm gonna play. You can find it online. It's on YouTube somewhere. You can find it, but it's not as clean a version as this. This one is really dear to me. It's actually a diary song, but done as abox. And I'm letting the cat out of the bag, but we're going to go into two songs from the diary right now. So this was recorded live at a place called Kulak's Cafe, and it was the band's first introduction to streaming. We actually were streaming from this cafe, and people would be able to send us emails or whatever it was, and we were able to answer them. But I just remember that we practiced so much for this, and this particular version of a particular diary song was one of the ones we practiced, and I really like this version, so I thought I would play it for you guys. I think it's apropos. Afraid you lay in the darkness. Way to go, Claude. Cut it off and everything. That wasn't the feed, that was me. One more time. Because you're afraid. You lay in the darkness. Because you're alone. You think no one hears you, but I'm still alive, and I'm not afraid. I'm still alive, and I'm here to listen to anything you say. Every time you bleed, because I love you, and I'm not afraid, because I love you, and I'm not afraid of everything you are, everything you need, everything you want. Every time we bleed, because I love you, I'm not afraid. Because I love you. Thank you. That's funny. There's claps.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so funny. I forgot that was there. Yeah, that was recorded live. And it was, again, straight to camera from what I remember, because we didn't bring any equipment with us. So the venue was really good. I really loved it, which makes me sad. Not just because it closed a long time ago, but this is what's happening to all the venues around the country. And of course, things like that. When I heard this today, I was like reminded that, wow, I can't go and do that right now. I can't go out and do a show like that right now. And that does bum me out. You know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend it doesn't bum me out. It does. It's like, you know, it's something that I really cherish. So I'm going to do my damnedest to make this feel like that at one point, where I can just play and sing and feel like I'm performing and that everybody's there, because I miss that a lot. Anyway, but yeah, so that was live at Kulak's. It was such a cool venue. If you want, you can imagine it. We were basically surrounded by people in a circle, and there was couches, there was a bed, all kinds of weird little things. So it's not just tables or like standing room. Everyone basically sat on the floor. So it was one of the coolest gigs we ever did. So one of the things I'm going to try to do is find the entire show, because I have it, and see if I can upload it to YouTube so that everything will be available. And by the way, all of these tracks and all that, I'm going to Bandcamp everything. I'm just trying to figure out a schedule for that too. So again, when people ask me about art and all that stuff, it's a slow process because my fingers are literally in different places. And I've been told by let's say, people in the industry to, hey, concentrate on one thing because you can't do both right now. And I'm like, I have to do both. I have no choice. So it's a slow process, but I am going to get everything out there, and you guys will get all this stuff. So, let's see. Let's read some comments. Steve says, one of the best versions of Heaven 60 came from that show. Absolutely, you're right. It did. Someone says, oh, Elizabeth says, we miss you. I miss you too. I miss everyone. David says, human connection is so important. Yes, it is, man. It is. I think it's the one thing that we're not aware of how much it's hurting. Because I can take, like, getting my groceries delivered. That's not a big deal, like, if I can't go out to get groceries or something, there's always some service you can call, although I do venture out to do that kind of stuff. But, and by the way, if I do, yes, I have a few of these, just a few. I'm lucky to have I haven't gone out to buy any masks, because I feel that I should reserve those for the people on the front lines, so I don't go out trying to find masks. I'm lucky enough that I have a few, and by a few I mean I think we have 10 in the house. And I have them because of the painting stuff mostly. So kudos for trying to do liquid rubber. Otherwise I would never have bought masks. But yeah, so I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Let's see. Sue Castillo says, the song makes me think about everyone just being there for each other through these really hard times, and everything will be okay. Put aside differences and love each other unconditionally. Good sentiment. That's a good sentiment. Denise says she's in the front row. I can see you because you're so tall. I mean, just realize there's short people behind you. Let them see. David says, oh, I want this version. I'm assuming you're talking about the one I just played. Yeah, all of these things, I'm telling you, I'm going to like put them into streaming and all that so everybody can have them. Nice. It's so nice to have so many of you here. We have to figure out dual streaming so that I'm streaming out and I can have like television monitors and I can see everybody's faces. Like that would really do it for me. If I can be totally selfish. So this next song that I'm going to play is actually the very first, see, I messed up that word. The very first diary song I ever recorded. This was recorded in '88. It was just before we moved out to California, and this song really had no place anywhere. It was one of those like, this is not anything box. I don't know what this is. Later on, of course, this particular sound got associated with the diary, so I recorded that. So in case you guys don't know who that is, that's also me, but the weirder, gothier side of me, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Anyway, no one's probably ever heard this song. This is called The Way We Are. Wow, that was weird listening to that. I haven't heard that in such a long, long time. So that really is out of the archives. That is an artifact. Um, there's actually, I did the transfer of the early diary stuff last year. Again, so hold on. There's something here that I wanted to talk about that had to do with this, which is why I picked it. I'm looking at my notes. I actually took notes this time because I thought last time I was so all over the place that I couldn't concentrate on anything. So this helps my effed up brain work. So let's see. Ah, yeah, that. So I have a problem. And it's not one that I think I can solve. And I've had to come to grips with this problem or challenge, as it were, in a way that I guess we're going to call it acceptance. And this is the acceptance of my creative bucket list. Steve will know what I'm talking about as I start talking about this, and so will you, Pablo, and probably you too, Mike. Even Danya knows this about me. I have thousands of ideas, and to give you an example, this afternoon when I was thinking about the show, just the thought of like, oh, I'm gonna wear this beanie instead of the other beanie prompted me to do about 10 sketches of photography sessions that I want to do based on certain lighting, certain ways of, putting the system together. And then Robert called me on the phone and we started talking about streaming, and I was like, oh, I need to do a 4-camera approach. I want to do it in a, I started thinking in my head, I want to do it in a barn. Hold on. Of course, not when I need it. Right, it's in a different book because I have hundreds of these. Tell you what, I'm gonna play the next song, and then I'll show you what I mean, and I'll continue that little bit of the conversation because it's important to me, but it's more important to me in a very morbid sense of mortality, in that I am not going to be able to complete every project that I want to complete before I'm gone. And I know that because there's so many things, like so many releases, so many things I want to work on. So I'm taking advantage of this time. So time, of course, now I've got more time than I've ever wanted. So that part definitely makes me happy. But there are still only 24 hours in a day. If you guys knew what I did yesterday, you wouldn't even believe me. You wouldn't. But it sounds like I'm complaining, right? So I think this song is apropos. This is a cover. I happen to really like the Kinks. So this is a rare one. Not many people have heard this. Yes, it's time for you to stop all of your sobbing. Yes, it's time for you to stop all of your sobbing. There's one thing you gotta do to make me still want you. You gotta stop sobbing off. Yeah, yeah. Stop, 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 stop. You gotta stop sobbing off. Yeah, stop, 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 stop. Yes, it's time for you to laugh instead of crying. Yes, it's time for you to laugh and keep on trying. There's one thing you gotta do to make me still want you. And there's one thing you gotta know to make me love you so. You gotta stop subbing off. Yeah, yeah. Stop, 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 stop. You gotta stop subbing off. Yeah, stop, 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 stop. Yes, it's time for you to laugh instead of crying. Yes, it's time for you to laugh and keep on trying. There's one thing you gotta do to make me still want you. And there's one thing you gotta know to make me love you so. You gotta stop subbing off. Yeah, yeah. Stop, 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 stop. You gotta stop subbing off. Yeah, stop, 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 stop. That was one of those. Yeah, it was. Now I'm talking to myself. So, okay. Let me switch camera so you can see this. So yeah, I was drawing how the room I want it to look. As you can see, there's lights. It's basically a garage kind of setup, but a really big room. And there's a piano over here. Piano over there. And I thought, oh, I could have a desk so that I can do DJ sets and speakers so I can sing, and then I can do paintings on this side. So this is my normal behavior that, you know, I would say sometimes to drive people crazy, because that's me all the time. So it's hard to like go through sometimes all these archives and go, oh my God, that was supposed to be a 12-inch, and when are we going to get to that one? And this and this and this and this. So it's almost like I wish I had a staff. Make it so. No, it doesn't work that way. And I'm talking to that camera and see the... But it's what makes me me, because, for example... if you left it up to anybody else, you'd have a phone, really crappy audio, and that's it. But it's me, so it's like, no, it has to have two cameras. I have to have one that points at people, one that points at me, one that points at the stuff. I gotta have cool lights. I don't know. It's just me. That's the way I am. So I don't know. Someone's going to have a lot of fun when I'm gone. It's going to be like, what are we going to do with all these hard drives? I don't know. And all these notebooks. Where is all this stuff? I don't know. So, this is an old one. This was on a mini album that you could only get when you were part of the fan club. And this is like almost pre-web days. This one's called A Teacup Falls. Yeah, that wasn't the version on Mixology, see? It was a different alternate version because it has the backward stuff in the end. I think this is the remastered. Have to name these better. But I actually like this version quite a bit. We reached that hour, so there's 2 songs left, so I'm gonna speak less, play more. So sometimes this shit gets to me. I know it gets to you. I really hate when I'm watching the news and it's like, wash your hands, stay home, don't go out, don't do this, don't do that. And it's like it's like a pressure on your head. And then you're like, well, what can I do? How much more of this shit can I take? Because it's tough. You have to think of all these different things. So I think this song is apropos for that too. This was supposed to be on the second Diary album, and then I changed my mind, and then it was supposed to be on I want to say, Universe, or it's either Universe or the one after. But it didn't make either of the two, and I never went back to record it. But I think it was because I really liked the way the vocal sounded, and then I thought, I'm never going to make that better. I don't think I can make it better than this recording. Again, this is a real recording straight. So, all warts and all, it's there. This is called How Much More Can I Take?
In the morning, at the sun up, maybe it all goes away. When the darkness is an ocean, just remember the game. How much more can you take before you break? In the morning, when you wake up, it will just be a new day. Say goodnight to all your worries, let them just fall in your dreams. How much more can you take before you break? How much more can you take before you break down? Before you break down.
Yeah. How much more? Well, as much as we need to, because we have to take it. We have to be strong. And I say that to you. I say it to myself. I say it to everyone around me. We just have to be strong. We have to weather the storm. It's a tough storm. And it's unlike anything I've ever seen. But we can do it. We can do it. And eventually, everything will be fine. Which is why the one rule I am going to break is at one point, I am going to get in my car and drive to one of those abandoned places and take pictures. And I think I'm just going to do a series of weird pictures. I don't know. I have to. So, we've come to the end. I'd stay all night if I could. But I haven't even eaten dinner yet. So I have to get to my soup soon. Um, Thank you for being here. All of you. Uh, I'm especially grateful that Pablo showed up. Pablo, I will call you tomorrow. I've been thinking about you a lot. I hope Alicia's doing good. I know that she's a nurse and she must be going nuts. So give her a hug. Um, Tell her she's the real hero. And I'm going to leave you with this song that was from the Electrodelica sessions. See those S's? Still not good. I know you caught me singing earlier. I didn't think the mic was on. This is called Dream 13. I bid you all good night, and I hope you'll share this, and I'll see you in a day and a half.
Sitting on a bed of leaves, I sing, the birds rise up just like a sunflower in my hand. Wish I had the wings so I could fly above infinity and simply soar away from here. 'Cause everything inside me feels the guilt and shame of clearing all the whys and woes of all of you. And all the beauty of the color blue is lost among the ever-crowded skies. Our robots made. Within me lies a primitive who's crying out for wilderness. Will someone ever set him free? 'Cause all he wants is you and me together happily without a need for all the suffering. Look at the sun, rabbit run. 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 Look at the sun, rabbit Look at the sun, rabbit run.
Good night.